We are live. We are live. We are live. Going live, going live, going live. Waiting for everybody to jump on. We were telling your followers that we're getting started with the live. Here we go. Snapper. Very fast. Always ready to go. Snapper is. Timmy. Always following in. Scanners. Legend. Yo. Mikey. Yo. Skinny Hussein, young up and comer. Jono.
Hello, mate.
Doing, bud? Hey, mate, how are you?
Good, mate, good.
What's doing?
Not much, man.
Sydney still cold? You flooded in yet? All that fixed up?
No, we've been dry for a couple of days. We're going to start raining again on Tuesday, I think.
Mate, it'd have to, wouldn't it?
Yeah, 100%. Can't be that good for too long.
No.
How you been? Who's on again? Who's on today?
Probably Jade, and then pretty much whoever wants to jump on, I guess. Let's see
Put
who
Benny
else
on.
we got.
Put Benny on. Benny's on the. Put All-Star on.
Yeah, done. Mate, I'm one step ahead of you, bud.
No, you're not. I just told you what to do.
Mate, I was already doing it.
Mate, if he's in his car, you just got to cut him off. All right? If he's in the car, cut him off.
Mate, we might put Andrew Maloney on.
He's a good guy.
He's probably... He is, yeah, no doubt he's a good guy, but he might be with Lee or Chelsea, so we'll see if he's keen.
I don't know who they are.
Uriah Afamasaga. Legend. You'd be freezing right now down in Tassie. Mate,
Hey, Hunter Sam's looking good, man.
Hunter Ioane.
Yeah, he looks fit, man. Fit, strong. He looked good yesterday.
Mate, you're a shit stirrer of the highest order. The only other shit stirrer bigger than you is walking around his house right now with a hoodie on.
What's going on, you muppets?
There it is. There it is. Love it. Righto, Skin, take us through. Alex, Bilal, and Yui fought last night, yeah?
Yeah, Alex had a hard fight. That Lachlan Higgins, mate, he's tough to the core, man. Yeah, like Alex won eight rounds out of the 10, but they were physical rounds. They were all pretty hard. They were close, hard rounds. Mate, I applaud that guy. He came to fight. He put his heart on the line. He got hit clean. He got hit hard, and he absorbed it and walked through everything.
And Alex came away with the Australian middleweight title, yeah?
Yeah, that's the one, yeah. Alex got the win, yeah. 8 rounds to 2. I think 9 rounds to 1 and 6 rounds to 4. So, a bit mixed on the cards, but Alex was a convincing winner in a hard fight.
He was, yeah?
The rest of the night was pretty much like you knew what corner was going to win. So, we had a pretty convincing one. Bilal controlled his opponent pretty much through the whole fight, even though he was a bit durable and tough. But it was, easy picking for Bilal.
Who did
What
he
Bilal
fight?
have? He had Satnam Singh, 10-1.
Yeah, Indians are the new Filipinos.
Yeah, right. Was he good?
Huh?
How was he, Skinny?
No, he was durable. He was durable.
What round did he get stopped in?
The 7th.
7th.
Right.
He wasn't really hurt, but he was
Good on Bilal.
And how...
He was starting to get hit more round in, round out. He complained about stoppage because he wasn't hurt, but the longer the rounds went, the more he got hit, and he was getting hit clean.
Does he usually fight at super featherweight? Because he weighed in at 126.
The other guy?
Yeah.
Probably a featherweight. He was a bit smaller in frame. He was probably a featherweight. Yeah. He looked a bit smaller. He looked a bit smaller.
Yeah, and 10-1. And Bilal got the. Explain to me what's
WBA,
going on.
mate.
He got the
WBA.
vacant IBF Australasian super featherweight title, but did he get the WBA back? What's going on there?
Mate, I told you, it's a circus, mate. They take it off him, give it to Flemmo, take it back off Flemmo. I don't know who's the champion. I even asked the WBA guy and he couldn't even answer me. But it's sanctioning fees all the way, my friend. Just pay sanctioning fees and we'll give you a belt.
It doesn't matter, mate. We know who the best super featherweight is.
Where is he?
He's probably at home now. He's got a sore hand.
Is he? Poor bloke.
You should have seen him eating last night. That's all hand didn't stop him from eating. Oh my God.
Oh, he's got an appetite, has he?
Oh, doesn't he? But I don't think he can put it on too much, but can he? Benny, he doesn't blow out, Liam.
No, he doesn't. I
course
wasn't talking about Liam.
He's probably about 68 kilos. What's he now?
No, he'd be 73.
Mate, I feel bad for Liam, to be honest. I feel bad for him.
There you are.
Of course,
You
Benny's
are
the current
unbelievable.
champion. That's a scary
You
dude
are,
to
yeah.
fight, man.
What's that, sorry?
I said, I feel bad for Liam. Shakur Stevenson's a scary dude to fight right now.
Isn't he just? He's a machine, eh? He's got it
He'll
sorted.
go up. He'll go up. I think if he's wait 2 more fights, he'll be a lightweight fighting Lomo or Devin Haney.
Yeah, that's where the money is.
For sure.
That's definitely where the money is.
Shout outs to Coach Toach, Jackson England, Bruno Tarimo.
Where is Bruno?
He's back here.
It's about, good.
Yeah, he was at the
at
fights last night down the Goldie.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Good to see him back
Aaron
here.
Russell, Daniel Russell. Boom, boom, boom. Who else we got here? Got a few. Vegas Larfield, Tamara.
G'day,
got a few
Tamara.
there. G'day, Tamara. Can paint some boots. Now, what's going on with this video? What's going on? You jumped on the phone straight away, Skin, because you love to have a bit of a stir. And as soon as Bilal won those 2 regional belts against Satnam Singh, you jumped on straight away and started talking about Flemmo.
Might happen. There might be talks. And maybe we stirred the pot. Maybe we instigated it. Flemmo was messaging me all night to 1 in the morning. He wasn't babysitting last night. He goes, mate.
No.
He goes, when I send the email, you better reply back. So he looks like he's keen.
Mate, you definitely fired him up. I was on the other end of a few of those messages as well. So shout out to Showtime. But yes, it definitely worked.
Let it happen. It's got to happen, bro. There's a bit of tension there. Let them fight, man. Who cares? Yeah, what are they now? They're in their 30s, aren't they?
Yeah.
So they both had over 30 fights, and they haven't fought for a world title yet, which is a shame.
Chapoopy.
Pope dog.
Yo, what's going on?
Must be cold in the house.
What's doing? How's your hand?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm just about 100% now. So yeah, I had a hard week last week, and yeah, getting back to it now. Hopefully, I'd like to be back in there around September. We'll just wait and see.
Did you say you had a hard week last week? Did you?
Yeah, training. Yeah, me is. I've been doing a fair bit of running. I was going to do that Gold Coast Marathon and all that kind of thing. I've been into my running a bit, but yeah, it's boxing different because I haven't really been able to throw my right hand or even move it too much because it was pretty bad. But after the surgery, yeah, I just had to give it a little bit of time, and I'm using it pretty well now.
What was the injury, Popey?
So I had I broke my hand, and I also
in the Eric Sokolov fight.
So yeah. So I broke my hand.
Yeah, thanks for that, Rob.
And then I also so I'm not really sure how it works, but because I'm not I don't know how it works, but so when I'm from what I understand from the pressure of a punch, so you got a nerve that runs through, and it controls 2.5 fingers and the palm of your hand. From a pressure of a punch.
And it was such an interesting story as well.
No, he's still there. He's still there.
Did you miss anything? Oh, Skinny. Yeah. Anyway, from the pressure of a punch, the nerve like kind of shockwaved and jumped from in my elbow, from around my elbow into into the bone, and I had severe nerve damage, so I needed to get surgery, and then they had like complications and shit, and then it got infected afterwards, and it was a fucking shit show. But
right.
Yeah,
that's horrible.
But yeah, it's good now though. Like I'm being able to use it now, and yeah, pretty lucky I got it fixed.
How much work did you miss?
It just depends on what. At the moment, I'm doing rental maintenance, so I'm not real busy. So I just tell someone else to do something.
Popey, I might have to get rid of you. Your reception's horrible. Are you good or what? Do you need to move to a different part of your house?
Yeah, maybe. I'm just laying with the dog. I'll move for you.
Yeah, thank you. Now, Skinny, Yui Dib had a fight again last night too. He stopped a Reef Blader in the 3rd round out of 6. How'd he look?
He looked good. He looked sharp. He looked pretty sharp. I mean, like I said, it was a limited opponent. He was meant to get him out of there, but he did look good. Sometimes these guys that you're meant to get out, they spoil the party sometimes. They're a bit messy. They make it look awkward. But it's hard to get someone out of there that doesn't want to fight back. That's not the truth. They were very defensive, and so he had to let his hands go to open up the shot that finished it. He hit him hard in the body, hit him hard in the head, and he was durable for a couple of rounds, but too much pressure, too much onslaught. The work rate was too much for him. That's what I find with these import fighters. They can't handle the work rate when they're at the lesser caliber. They're not high caliber, that's all.
Let's go to the comment section. Lawyer Sydney at the legal page says Bilal Dib fought a no-one and the ref should have stopped the fight. He looked old and slow.
He was having a dig all night last night as well.
Who is that?
I got no idea, bro.
Maybe
because Bilal's brother's a lawyer. Maybe they're in competition with each other. Who knows, brother? He hasn't said a good word about Bilal. I got no idea.
I like the guy. No. No, I like Bilal, but that was a great comment. Ewan needs to step up opponents. He did fight 2 ago against a poly fella. Needs to keep on that path. What else we got? Mate, there's a lot of support for the boys at the moment. Right, well, what's next then for Alex Waters? He's got the Australian middleweight title. What's next for Bilal Dib? Could be Flemmo. So what's next for Alex Waters? What's next for Yui Dib?
I got no idea, man. Like I said, I don't work with the boys. My brother trains them. My 2 brothers train them. I don't even go past the gym. We're 20 k's apart from each other. Like Alex Waters works for me at the gym. He runs classes, but he trains with my brother. My brother manages him. My brother promotes him. Steve Scaler messaged me today, and he said he would love to put Ben Husseini in there with Alex for the Australian title. And I ran it past my brother, and my brother goes, "Mate, that's interesting. Let's see what happens. Let's see what plays out." I told Steve that it's a hard fight for both blokes. He goes, "Mate, we're at a point now with Benny. We can't give him cab drivers, and we can't sort of give him world-class guys. We're at a position where it's a sort of a pick. We've got to put him in fights that are pick and fights, which is credible. It's full credit to Steve because a lot of blokes don't put risks on their fighters. He does, which is good."
What do you think of that one, Benny Harrington?
No comment.
No, here we go. So you're just a trainer, Benny, yeah? You don't pick opponents?
Soft.
I don't know. I was just before that. I was thinking Skinny said that the guy works for him and his brother trains him, but Skinny has no idea who he's fighting and no idea what he's doing. I was like, that was fire. That was a good one.
Steve messaged me. Steve messaged
No, not about Steve. Not about Steve. I'm just talking about Alex in general.
Honestly, Alex is in the morning at my brother's gym from 9 to 12. He comes to my gym from 3 to 7, and then that's it. He just works for me. You know, he
He's never
doesn't train
taught.
with me. If you told me he's got an opponent coming up, yeah, he'll let me know, but that's about it.
Yeah.
But I'm saying what Alex does is not my business. What my brother does with Alex, I don't know if they do 10 rounds of pad work or 30 rounds of sparring. I've never asked him. That's the honest truth.
Yeah.
You are useless.
Pretty much.
Righto. So all in all, it was a pretty good night last night.
Yeah, good. You know what? It was an intimate show. Like there was about 4 boys from EFF. There were 6 boys from our gym. There was 1 boy from UTC, Lincoln Hudson's gym. So the crowd was very vocal. They were very intimate. So pretty much the crowd all knew each other. I think there was like 50 tables sold. Listen, it was sold out, but after 5 fights, half the crowd left. So when they seen their people leave, it wasn't a fighters crowd. They were supporting their guy. And when the guy fought, they left. So when we came on in the main event, there might have been 300 people there, not 1,000 people. So it wasn't a boxing crowd. It was more of a fan-based crowd.
Right. Shout out to Justin Frost in the comment section as well. Frosty, hope you're healing up well. 3-time Australian champion at super lightweight, getting the job done against Dean Thomas in his last hit out not too long ago. Righto, well, Jamie Meyer had a fight night last night. Liam Callanan got a win. He's 15-0 now as a cruiserweight. Mark, the God of War, Gadaletta, came back in a tough fight. My Lord. And he ended up getting the job done in the first round there. Hayes Heppy came back to the ring, and also Troy Pilcher, and it looks like they're going to be fighting for the Queensland State Heavyweight title. And Micah Ravetti came back after 12 years on the couch, came out of retirement and put away a slick debutante. So that was pretty good. But
how was that fight, Rob? How was Micah Ravetti? I left.
I couldn't believe it.
What?
Well, he wasn't fit enough. He'd come off the couch after 12 years. You know, he was obviously the opponent, even though the other guy was on debut. He was younger, slick. He started putting it on Micah quite early. Micah held his own. Then all of a sudden, the Hail Mary came out of nowhere, landed, and he capitalised from there. He put him down enough. I think he ended up going down 3 times, the other guy. And Micah got the win, and, mate, the crowd lost it because most of the crowd was there for the guy who was fighting, but he turned the crowd around with his performance, and everyone was, mate, I think it took him 25 minutes to get from out of the ring to just out back to the change rooms. Was he
getting pumped and he somehow turned it around?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, good.
Wow.
Yeah. So good. Righto.
I fought Micah Ravetti in 2006 or 2005. That's how long ago he was fighting. He shouldn't be fighting, really, should he?
Paul Tapley. Oh, yeah, actually, great question, Popey.
What's your question?
Did he beat you?
No, he didn't beat me. But he probably would have last night because he's a bit of a fucking lunatic.
Yeah, what was I going to say? I'll talk to Jade. Hopefully Jade Mitchell gets on in a bit and he can talk to us about the Wildfighter card because I didn't get a chance to see that. I was obviously ring announcing last night. Christopher Hunt says, when is Vegas Larfield's next fight?
September. On Angelo's show.
Ooh.
Thanks.
That would be awesome.
Also, Rob, I tried to watch the Jamie Meyer fights on your what is it, YouTube channel, and it just wasn't working. What's going on?
No, that's right. There were the smoke alarm had gone off twice. Oh, before we even got into the venue. It was going off as we were entering the venue, so having technical issues with that, and it ended up going off a 3rd time during the fight night, right at the end before the main event. And we actually had Queensland Fire come into the venue and make sure we got the all clear before the main event went on. Apparently, some boys were smoking a couple of cigarettes up the back, maybe, possibly. Don't know.
Wacky tobacco.
How good.
Oh my god!
Yeah, good times, good times. Great night, but had a lot of fun, and it was the final night for what's his name? Derek Millam from the ANBF. It was his final night of fights. He has officially retired.
Oh, really?
So a big shout out to Derek Millam. He's been there, done it for a lot. Phil Austin says that he's the best mentor in the game when it comes to refereeing and judging. He's been in charge of Queensland and the ANBF for a long time, but he did Jai's fight night for the world title and then finished it up with an even bigger night at Jamie Meyer last night. So a big send-off there for Derek Millam.
So who takes his spot?
Steve
asked
Marshall.
him? Oh. You'll be good in the commission, Benny.
Me.
Yeah, you sit on the fence a lot, so you'll be good there, brother. Never give the right answers.
I'll try to go there, mate. Fucking
Shout out to Floyd Masson. He's in the comment section as well. Guys, make sure you get over to we're on our Instagram page. Make sure you check out our last post where we're talking about the show. Give that a like and a comment. Tag all your friends. Righto, so we'll get to the...
The lawyer's out of control, bro. His lawyer's out of control.
Mate, you're out of control. You are out of control. Righto, who saw the fight today? Who saw the fight today with young Ryan Garcia and Javier Fortuna? You see it, Popey?
I saw the highlights. I didn't.
You can shush now.
Yeah. Cool.
Benny, what did you think of it? Did you see it?
I saw the highlights. Me and Oz at Popey's place. We're watching we saw the highlights.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I didn't see it, mate. No, I did actually see the highlights though.
Okay, Skin, what do you think?
It just seems like such a wanker, eh? Ryan
Who?
Garcia. Fuck, Ryan Garcia. I just can't copy him.
What don't you like about him?
Such a flog.
He's a Gronk. We call him Gronks in Sydney.
Gronk. I'm gonna go with that then. He's a Gronk.
Gronk.
He's a Gronk.
Gronk's about 30 years old, but anyway, don't mind Skin. He's a bit behind the times. He doesn't even know what's going on in his own gym, and he works with the guy. Righto. So, Skin, what do you think of the fight?
I think it was one-dimensional. He dominated a faded opponent. Fortuna was good 3-4 years ago. That's about it. He's a small
Beforehand, before the fight, what did you think Javier Fortuna was going to do with Ryan Garcia?
Get knocked out in 3 rounds, not 5. That's not his truth.
Righto.
I wouldn't lie to you, Benny.
I believe you, mate. Fucking hell. Whenever you, mate.
Why got to the 5th round?
Whenever you finish your statement with, "That's the honest truth." That's it. That's all you got to say. I believe you.
Say, like with all due respect, you know.
That's the honest truth.
What do you think of the highlights that you saw, Benny?
Yeah, it just looked like he was playing with him. Looks like the guy was small as fuck, and he just played with him, did whatever he wanted. Looks like he was trying.
What do you think?
Yeah, exactly. He looks like he's getting bigger and bigger too, I reckon. Does anyone else think that?
Yeah, he looks huge.
Yeah,
wasn't that
he's
fight
getting bigger and bigger.
Wasn't that fight up a couple of divisions?
Only up one.
Oh, yeah.
Isaac Hardman's in the comment section. He says, Skinny, I want my Australian title back at middleweight. Oofed.
Ooh, shit.
Wow, they all want to. Hey, you know what, mate? The Australian title means more than these regional belts. You know, you got to fight a real fighter to win an Australian title. You can fight anyone to win a regional belt.
How do you reckon that fight would go?
No, not yet. There's no rush. They're trying to build Alex back up. Mate, get in line. Ben Husseini called out first. We'll deal with Ben Husseini, then we'll knock on the door.
Why are you calling Ben Husseini?
He's my nephew, brother. What's his name, Benny?
Husseini. Isn't it just Hussein? Isn't it not Husseini?
It's got an I at the end, so it's Husseini. Mine finished.
I learned something new because I thought it was just Hussein.
Nah, I'm Hussein. He's got an I at the end.
But he's your nephew.
Yeah, I know, but I'll find my brother for the right payday. No.
All right, he doesn't know what's going on in his gym, but he knows what's going on in your gym, Benny.
He's a legend.
They keep calling us out. They keep calling us out.
He's the legend. Rob, he's a legend, and that's the honest truth.
The bloke The bloke won his belt. He hasn't even gone to sleep, and he's getting called out. The poor bloke.
Yeah.
That's right.
And by killers as well. It's great. All right. I thought Ryan looked really sharp. I thought Javier Fortuna was going to be his biggest test, and I think it is on paper and in the ring. Javier Fortuna was against Billy Joe Saunders. No, Jojo Diaz in a fight last year that was very, very close. And he was completely outmatched. And if you have a look at Ryan in this fight against Javier Fortuna and his last fight, I think Javier Fortuna is a better opponent than the last guy that he fought. And he looked so much better against Javier Fortuna than he did against his last opponent. Whether it's the fight happens with Tank, and if he wins that, I don't know. It will be a massive fight. But the kid was laser accurate. Very, very, very fast, and Javier Fortuna wasn't in the fight at all whatsoever. And I thought Ryan looked really, really good. Whether you like the kid or not is debatable, but the performance he put on was very, very, very impressive.
You reckon it was impressive?
Yeah,
I still reckon he looked like he made a lot of mistakes. He was, I don't know. I didn't find that impressive. I just thought he fought a small guy that he dominated from the get-go, and he should have got him out in 2 or 3 rounds. He dropped twice before getting him out. Finish him.
He did finish him.
After what? He snoozed the place. In his last fight, he snoozed the place against the African kid. So he had to put on like a solid performance. I didn't think it was... Fortuna's tiny, man. His best days were super featherweight. Has he won a fight at lightweight?
I'd have to have a look.
So they fought that at super light, did they?
No, lightweight.
Nah, light, 140.
Right.
No, 135.
135.
No.
They fought at 140, but didn't they?
They fought at 140, yeah.
Yeah,
wow.
So the division up.
Yeah.
It was a featherweight, my friend. So
that was Ryan that couldn't make the weight then, or was it old mate?
Ryan's not going back down to 135. He's staying at 140.
Yeah, no way he'll make 135.
I don't want to keep tanking all them blokes.
Yeah, that's right. I think all those fights are on the table.
He's calling them out. He's trying to get it, but it's just 2 different organisations and promoters, and even we know that that can make things a little bit difficult. And unfortunately, sometimes the fights work, sometimes they don't. Javier Fortuna, 37 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, 26 KOs.
What was he ranked?
Yeah.
Does anyone know?
Fortuna?
Yeah.
Number 23 in the world on BoxRec, but I don't have the WBA and IBF and WBC and all that up at the moment. But he usually fights at 135.
Right.
Yeah. And he lost to Joseph Diaz. He beat Rafael Hernandez. And yeah, the list goes on.
Yeah, I wasn't that impressed by Garcia from the highlights anyway. I did see little bits of it. I was out for lunch and I was watching it on my phone. He looked to have his distance. He didn't have his distance sorted, Garcia. He was missing a lot with his right hand. I expected more, especially if you're calling it the likes of all those other guys.
Yeah, I've seen him out of range and he's falling in on a lot of his punches. He wasn't stepping or sort of following him. I don't know, man. I wasn't overly impressed, to be honest.
I like it.
140, he's got Josh Taylor and Ramirez. You got some big dudes there, man.
Well, he said he either wants Tank or Tiafimo next.
Oh, he gets in either one. Gets beat up. 100%.
Yep.
Righto. Let's get some early predictions happening. This Wednesday night we have Nikita Tszyu versus Ben Horn. Hang on. NFT champs. Let's be honest, Ryan is very sharp, quick, and has power. All it takes is one punch, and he showed that. Nice comment. Okay, so we have Sam Goodwin versus Juan Miguel Elorde for the IBF Intercontinental Super Bantamweight title and the WBO Oriental Super Bantamweight title. Juan Miguel is 29-2. I'm still going to go with Goodman on that one. But what have you thought about his last couple of performances? You rate him quite highly, Benny Harrington?
I rate the kid really highly, yeah. I'm not going to make a prediction on it. Obviously, I want Sam to win, but I haven't seen the other guy, so I've fallen into that trap before of making a prediction with the home guy without seeing the opponent. But yeah, Sam is laser sharp. I think him and Bruno would be a great fight. I think that'd be a mad fight. But yeah, I'm going for Sam. Obviously, Wednesday night, I'll be down there as well.
Poopy?
Yeah, definitely got to go with Sam. Man, he's good. That dude is good, man. And fuck, he just keeps showing up. Time after time after time, he shows up every fight. So, you know, you can't knock him. And, you know, if he shows up, he can beat anyone. So, yeah, I'm going.
We'll ask the senior member of the group live from the old people's home. Skinny, what do you think of Sam Goodman?
Mate, I rate him highly. I think, mate, like I said, I've never heard of his opponent, but if he's not a world-class super bantamweight, they're not beating Sam. If he hasn't got a belt or ranked number 1 or 2 in the world, he ain't coming close to beating Sam.
All right, Michael Hall, Joel Taylor, what do you think of that one? Benny Harrington at super welterweight.
No idea, mate.
Poopy?
Don't know.
Red corner.
Skinny?
I was talking to Lincoln yesterday, and I was telling Lincoln that you've put Hall into a hard fight, you know. And he goes, mate, we know, what can we do? He had a win in his last fight, so mate, I love Michael Hall. He's a good kid, mate, very respectful. And I don't want to pick against him, but I'm going to sit on the fence and do what Benny does. I don't know.
I think it could be a cracker of a fight, that one. Both boys love to have a bang. Nikita Zoo versus Ben Horn. What do you think of that one, Benny Harrington?
Oh, man, I like Ben Horn. He's a lovely guy, but I think he's in a bit over his head with this one. Yeah, probably an early stoppage, I'd suggest, because the reason that it will be an early stoppage is because Ben's brave. He's not going to get on his bike and run and try and defend. He's going to go after it. So that's going to just, you know, fall into Nikita's hands. And Nikita is an absolute killer. I rate him highly. I know a lot of people out there that say they're not sold on him yet. I rate him really highly. He's got that killer in him. He's a beast.
Poopy?
I think it's a silly fight. I think Ben's just he's not nowhere near on that level. Like, Nikita's a freak, man. He's good. That guy's good. I don't see Ben going past the second.
Skin?
I think he makes it out of the first, but I think it'll be done in 2. Nikita is just too sharp, too crisp, and Benny is very hittable and very hurtable. So I think Nikita's going to hit him hard and hurt him pretty early and probably take him out in 2.
I reckon it's going to go past the third only because of awkwardness. I think Nikita's going to start hard and fast. Ben will do the same. But if you have a look at Ben Horn, Ben Kite, and Ben Horn and Lockie O'Shea and stuff like that, he tends to make a dogfight out of it. He tends to make it a very awkward fight. Is he hittable? Yeah, but at the same time, they're not always 100% clean because of the way he does move. And I think because of that reason, you might actually see it get out of the first round for the first time, or second round. Nikita is obviously a gun. He's a heavy favourite. But, yeah, it's interesting to see what's going to happen there. It's going to be a tough fight for Benny Horn, but I think he will make it he'll make it ugly and awkward enough for him. But from there, we move to Dara Foley, who's trained by Benny Savar and Hunter Uoni, Keiko Samoa. Skin, you were sitting with Hunter last night and stirring a bit of shit again. And what do you think of this one?
Listen, on paper, Darren Foley's meant to outschool and out-drill and outclass Hunter, but I think Darren Foley, even though he's got a technically sound trainer, I don't think he's technically sound himself. He puts himself in risky positions. He overcommits on punches. He gets hit a lot for a conventional southpaw. And I don't know Hunter's power, but you know, if Ty Telford couldn't hurt Foley, I don't think Hunter can. That's the honest truth. So I'm picking Foley to win, but I don't think it's going to be as easy as they think it's going to be.
Well, you do know Hunter's power because he put Yui down in the first round, he put Jacob NG down in the first round, and a few others. So in the early rounds, he's dangerous.
It could be, yeah. I makes a fight out of it.
Yeah, I like Foley. I don't think he stops Hunter. I reckon it's just going to be a good fight to watch. But yeah, so I'm going with him.
No, you're getting splinters in that ass. You're sitting on the fence so hard.
No,
Benny.
no, I was going. What do you mean? I'm not sitting on no fence. I don't sit
Benny.
on fence. I sit on faces.
Damn.
Benny, what do you think of that one?
The fact that he sits on faces?
Yeah, I was going to say there, the fight, not the joke.
Not surprised. Legend. No,
Legend.
I reckon for the first couple of rounds, Hunter will be dangerous because he always is. But we've done a lot of sparring with Foley with Wilson, and he's actually he's a very good thinker. He's got a good boxing brain, so he's not a silly man. He'll go out there, and I think he'll take the first couple of rounds to just have a look, and then how many rounds is this fight? Do you know?
Yeah, 6.
Oh, it's only 6.
Sharp and fast. That makes Hunter. That gives Hunter a chance.
That does suit Hunter because you can't give away those early rounds then. But yeah, Foley's a bit of a sharpshooter like that. I think there are levels in boxing, and I think he's a level above Hunter. I do love Hunter, and I wish him well, but I think Foley, mate.
Shout out to Chloe Grooge. We've got Paul Showtime Flemming, and
Who's that bloke?
he's the bloke that'll be coming on in a minute, probably after Shapoopy, to blast you, I'm assuming.
Hang on, do you want to get Flemmo on? I've got to go have a shower.
No, I've got to go too.
You
No, Skinny, nah, you're staying around, mate. You're hanging out. You don't go and stir the pot like that and get a chance to run. I hope he comes out both guns blazing.
Frosty, you'll beat Foley first. You'll beat Foley.
That'd be good.
I want to see you fight Yui first. Fight you, don't worry about Foley. Foley's calling out Spark.
Yeah, seen that.
He thinks he's above that level.
Oh.
How are we?
We are good.
You're getting beat, brother. You're going to lose the undefeated record.
Whoa! Why you attack me like that? I feel attacked. It's the 2022. Don't assume my gender. Don't attack me.
Is your anxiety playing up? Is your anxiety being triggered?
Hello Fresh. We had meatballs.
Nice.
I think that were halal as well, so don't worry.
Yeah. All good, all good.
How are we, boys?
We're good.
Wait.
We are good.
I've got a newborn baby. Check this out. Look at that.
Happy to be on the go live.
How are we?
We're good. How are you?
Good. Just last weekend before school holidays goes back, so enjoyed the last weekend with the kids without having to get up every single morning and do the whole routine. But yeah, all good. Training, waiting to lock someone in, our next victim, whoever that is, whoever wants to be on the highlight reel next. But yeah. What are we talking about? Why is it go quiet then? What are we talking about?
What do you think about the fight last night?
It was a shit performance. It was boring. His walkout was boring. His fight kit's boring, and he's boring. It was shit. I don't know what to say. It was a boring fight. He hit the guy that clean, and he didn't even rock his socks. And then the dude come out. The ref won that fight. He stopped it. He got hit with 2 clean punches, and the ref stopped the fight. And the guy was looking around like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But anyway, it's a different kettle of fish. I'm not a 12-1 guy that's coming over here from super bantamweight. I'm a super featherweight. It's a different kettle of fish. If he wants the fight, we send out the contract. We'll send it out this week. And if he wants the fight, it's there.
There you go, Skin.
The fight's there. The fight's there if he wants it.
No comment.
Oh, you're quiet.
You're quiet now.
You're quiet now, Skin. You're quiet now, Skinny. He started out fast when he's picking his baby
but that's
up.
a dangerous man.
He can't get on any shows. We've got the show. We've got the date. We've got the venue. He just needs to sign and sign his life away, and then we're on.
Just fine. He's waiting for a contract. He's been waiting for ages, bro. You know Flemming wants to fight you. Well, are there
Wait a
14
second.
going or
2 seconds. Babies everywhere. 2 seconds.
Yeah, good at kids.
Baby's always everywhere. This is a great fight, but this is a fight we all want to see. This is amazing. This is a huge fight.
Mate, Jack, I honestly don't know what happens at Body Punch Dikemba. I run Body Punch Preston. The matchmaking, the promoting, I don't know nothing, honestly. But I know Bilal wants to fight Flemmo. That's all I know.
Well, he had the fight, and then he went home. He wasn't happy with the...
You know why?
Because he wasn't happy with the money.
Nah, he got messed around. They were too invested in making Willis fight.
Welcome to the club. We all get messed around. I mean...
Yeah, but he went back home. It was Ramadan. He had to go back home.
Okay.
Do you want the fight, Flem?
But then he got upset because he missed the boat. I can't help that. He missed out on being in the fight of the year. And Jackson England got to be on the fight of the year. And then he got upset and stood outside the ring and goes, "When's my turn?" And had a sulk. Jump in line.
Hey, he won your belt back yesterday, huh?
What's that?
He won the belt back yesterday.
He won the... Yeah, I mean, and in a shit performance. Like, he can have the belt back. He can have the belt back because no one cares about him. No one cares that he won the belt back. No one even cares that he won the belt back. Who? I'll tell you this. Who has ever... The fight made more sense. The fight made more sense before he fought. Now that he fought, everyone's like, "Oh my God, Flemmo's going to annihilate this guy." And now that they've seen him actually fight, the 7 people that watched him actually fight have now jumped fence and gone, "Oh my God, it's not even a comparable fight." So it made more sense when he just rocked up to the fight and went, "Blah, blah, blah." It made more sense then. Because if you compare the last couple of performances to my performances, it's not even comparable.
Yeah, well, but in all honesty, I don't want to be in the corner of Mr. Entertainment. I don't want my fighters to be in entertaining fights. You know what that means? That means they're getting hurt. That means they're hurting their opponents. I don't want that for my fighters. I'd rather my fighter go out there and pick apart and stay safe than, when they call someone Mr. Entertainment, that means he's getting hit as much as he's hitting. So,
100%. 100%. My wife didn't like watching that last fight either. She didn't like it. But at the end of the day, it puts bums on seats, and it's getting me on the big shows continuously. And Bilal can't get on the shows, and no one cares. So being entertained, yeah, you don't want your fighter to get hit and be in these fights, but you want him to fight and you want him to be on big fights that people are going to remember.
Bilal
and let's be honest.
He makes more money staying in the office.
Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Entertaining fights mean a lot more than both guys getting hit. There's a lot that goes into an entertaining fight.
No, I agree with you. But it's about getting hit. Gaddy and Ward, you know what I mean? Diego Corrales and Castillo. They're entertaining fights. Why? Because it's a bloodbath. No one's ever called Bernard Hopkins entertaining, Floyd Mayweather entertaining. They never did because it was 1 and 2s and be safe. They won the fight.
Mate, Floyd Mayweather, before it was Money Mayweather, he was Pretty Boy Floyd, and he was in some absolutely amazing fights.
When he was fighting smaller guys, when he became a welterweight, there was no risk taken.
You are brutal. You are brutal.
Everyone in boxing knows I can box. They knew I could box. They knew I
We know you can. We've seen your box.
Do that. But now, not everyone can do what I did the last 2 fights, that I could sit there and I could go to war. No one knew I had that in me. But now they do.
Right, Flemmo, what do you... Hang on. Flemmo, what do you know anything about... Did you see the fight today with Ryan Garcia and Javier Fortuna? Did you see that fight?
No, I didn't. I was
You're on fire.
I've got 6 kids.
Mate, tell me about it.
I'll go back and watch the highlights and that, but I heard he dropped him a few times. How did Ryan look? Like old Ryan?
I thought he looked good. Do you know anything about the card coming up this Wednesday with Nikita and Ben Horn, Darragh Foley, Hunter Ioane?
Yes, I do. Great card. I'm going to head down and watch it. I like going down and watching the cards and supporting the young talent. I like both the guys. I like Hunter and Dara Foley. I've worked with Dara. We've done some rounds. I've never sparred Hunter, but I think it's going to be a good fight. I mean, 6 rounds, anything can happen over 6 rounds. They both throw shots. They're both going to be there. They're both going to get hit. Anything can happen over 6 rounds. So that's the fight. That's the fight I'm most looking forward to. I think they come and bring. Hunter doesn't know how to take a backward step, and I mean, Dara backs his mouth up as much. He talks shit, but he backs it up. So it's going to be a great fight. I'm looking forward to that fight. May the best man win. I'm not picking because I like both the guys. I sit on the fence.
Yeah, well.
But
Michael Horse fighting. Michael Horse. The local boy.
He's a scary man. He's a scary dude. I don't see many guys at that level doing much to Nikita. He's a scary dude. He's like a buzzsaw. He's going to go to a lot of these guys real quick. So, but, yeah. Who else is on the card? I forgot.
Jackson Murray versus Parminder Singh.
Oh, wow.
Don't know that one.
Yep, Jackson Murray's a talent. I'll rate him. I reckon he's going to go well. Hojo versus Jordan Simi. We'll see how that one goes. That's going to be entertaining.
Yeah.
Then you got Angel Rushton's got a fight. Kate McLaren with Connie Chan. Chanel Dargan back in again.
Yeah.
Ashley Sims back in again.
Chanel Dargan.
Together?
No, Ashley Sims got Jessica Adams and Chanel Dargan's got Jala Tamat.
Why wouldn't you put them back together? That was amazing, that other fight.
They're going to build that back up again.
They're going to do
entertaining fight.
That'd be cool.
Entertaining fight. But yeah, I think Dara Foley Hunter Ioane over 6 rounds is going to be balls to the wall. It's going to be very entertaining.
Fight of the year. That's going to be. You just look at all their fights. Their fights are filled with that sort of action. So it's like one of them's short of that sort of action. Like both of them have multiple knockdowns, multiple cuts and bruises, and it's going to be a good fight. I'm looking forward to that fight.
My Hunter looked good yesterday, man. He looked strong, looked fit. So if he comes out, if he can win the first 3 rounds and sort of cause himself an upset or get a draw out of it, so his stocks will rise again.
Man, Foley's been in them big fights, but that's another thing that you can't buy. You can't buy them that experience. And Foley's been on them big cards. He's been in them big fights. Here he is. Sub-Zero.
Oh, shit. Hang on. I would have joined earlier, but I just got home. Hang on.
Why do you always good? Why are you so classy looking?
Well, I was out to dinner.
Just looking easy. He's just come from taking out the rubbish and he looks good. Look at him. Sorry, guys. I've just been in the garden and putting some compost in, and he's comes in with a bloody turtleneck on. Sorry, guys.
What's doing, Flemo? What's doing?
Nah, nothing. Dad life.
Why is Uncle Frosty not there babysitting?
Oh, man. You're out bloody making these fights, mate. You're a busy man. That's why you're not. Hey, feel
I'm
free.
on holidays. I've been on holidays for a week. It's been nice.
Oh,
3-time Australian super lightweight champion, Justin the Iceman Frost.
Who am I fighting? That's the real question.
Fighting. It is interesting. Who's he going to fight?
Has Hamden's calling me out, but he's had 5 fights. I don't know. I don't feel like he's earned it.
Oh, but you know what? That'd be
fight.
It'd be a good fight. Yeah, it'd be a good fight. Of course.
Good fight. A bit of noise behind him after his last couple of fights. He's been on some big cards. I think.
Yeah, it'd be a good fight.
That'd be a good fight. There's a lot of people over this side of because you haven't been on them big cards, don't know much about your Frosty. So you might
I know.
Hop over onto one of these cards and put some.
I've got to get on them big shows. All the good fights are going to waste. So I've got to get on the big TV gigs.
I know that's
pretty boxer is Justin Frost. That's a good fight, Skin.
What's that? Us, Henderson?
Yeah.
I spoke to Haas. I said, "What's the rush? You beat Frosty, then you're up there. You can't find no one else." I said, "Get a couple of 8-rounders in, and then pin yourself in the 10-round fight because he hasn't been past 4.
Well, that's what I was thinking too. That's what I was like.
And he had 7 amateur fights, not 70. So he needs to get rounds in. I think
that's what I'm thinking. Like I've had 16 pro fights, and he's had 5.
Yeah, I think because
I had 0 amateurs, and the guy I just beat on the last weekend had 100. No, he had. How many did he have? He had 80 something. Sorry.
Yeah, but you're not going to
Thomas, yeah.
Haas. If you fight Haas and beat Haas,
0 amateur fights, bro.
0 amateur. 0 fights, 0 experience, straight into pros. 0 amateur fights.
Yeah, I know. But 16 pro fights. He's fought some hard fights, some physical fights. He's done the rounds. Haas has done 4 rounds.
I've done the 10 rounders. I've done a lot of 10 rounds. That's why I think that as well. I don't know if that looks good for me, fighting someone who's had 5 fights.
You're enough in the game because if you beat Haas, you're meant to beat Haas, and then if you lose, you've lost to a guy with no experience. So
yeah.
Has 1 8-rounder, and the next one jumps in there, step up, proves himself an 8-rounder, and then he goes.
Sure. Yeah, for sure, 100%.
So for his next fight, jump up to an 8, put him in a
rounder.
But at the same time, the fight would be that entertaining. The build-up would be that good. It'd get that many eyeballs on it. A lot of the stuff that you guys are saying, even the true purists in the sport, would overlook that to see Justin Frost versus Huss Hamden. Come on, that is an amazing fight.
Yeah, I know. Huss is a very respectful kid, nice kid, but he had problems with his last opponent. Huss won't disrespect Frost. If Frost doesn't disrespect him, he's not going to run his mouth. Huss is a very nice, very polite kid. You know,
I don't disrespect any. I've never disrespected anyone.
But in his last fight, there was a bit of mongrel between them. There was mug between them. So that's why the build-up was so good between him. What was his name again? The other kid?
Trent Girdman.
Yeah, him and Girdman. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that comes from his side of Girdham. Like Girdham's he's a dog. Like he's a rough boy. He's a rough boy. He likes to fight. He's a face puncher and a head kicker. That's what he likes to do.
All I know is I'm at that stage in my career now where I'm looking for the biggest fights. You know, the big fights.
Who do you want, Frosty? Who do you want?
Well, the Foleys, the Sparks. If Has Hamden puts me on a big show, if it puts me on a big event, then of course. So I'm looking for the big fights. I'm looking for big shows, eyeballs, money, all that.
So say
Paolo puts on big shows.
All right, say
yeah,
Foley.
The NG and Billy Dib fight was huge.
Yeah, that was massive. Yeah, that was good. That was massive.
If Foley get through this fight, would you want the winner out of them?
Out of who, sorry?
The winner out of Hunter and Foley then.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I think Foley's got a bigger name.
That's a good fight. Because Foley's coming back. We know Foley's been in these big fights. So he's coming back. He's doing a 6th round. So he'd be ready to jump in a bigger fight straight after that. That could be. And
he's calling Sparks out.
He's calling Spark out, yeah.
Yeah, but Frosty, how'd your hand pull up against Dean?
Good actually.
Good.
Better than the Minto, way better than the Minto fight. So I couldn't even like close my hand for weeks after the Minto fight, but my hand feels good. I could almost probably start punching this week, I think. It's never going to be back, you know, it's never going to be 100%. It's always got that wear and tear, but it feels good. Like I could fight again soon.
No words about the Blake Minto rematch. Obviously, he went to Germany, didn't get the job done.
No, I haven't. I'm not interested in it.
You're not interested in it anyway, but
I'm really not. Nah, I wasn't like. There's something about it that just doesn't interest me. It wasn't a fun fight. I know my hand was broken, but it just wasn't even a fun fight to be in. I want to be in a fun fight, you know. Like the Dean Thomas fight was really fun for me because I got to box properly. I got to sit at distance and box, and I haven't done that for 4 or 5 fights. You know, all the Whalen fights were fucking mongrel fights. So was good to box for a bit and
It
show
was
people that I can box. Without having an amateur background, I can sit and jab and use my distance and stuff.
And you are a pretty boxer for a guy that hasn't had a big amateur background. It's a shame there wasn't a stream for that fight. I was very, very interested in that fight. That was going to be a great fight.
Were you there?
It was always
You
going to be a
weren't
great fight. No.
It was good. It was good.
No, it would have been good. But, well, let's flip the coin then on the other way. If Frosty doesn't fight Haas, and we've been trying to find an opponent for Frosty, who does Haas fight if he doesn't fight Frosty?
Well, he has to build himself up, doesn't he?
Maybe a Hunter. If Hunter loses, fight Hunter in a 6 rounder.
Hunter's had...
Like Skinny said, he hasn't even had an 8-round fight yet. Well, he hasn't.
Hunter's had 13 fights. So say Hunter loses to... Say Hunter... Yeah, he's 8-4-1. So say Hunter loses to Foley. Would you be interested in that one, Frosty? A banger versus a boxer?
Who, sorry? Out of what?
Hunter Ioane, Coco Smile.
Not really. I feel like he hasn't got the credentials either. He hasn't done anything.
No, but what if he beats Foley? That's what he said.
Oh, if he beats Foley, then yeah, for sure.
So
if he beats Foley.
If whoever won out of this fight, whether Foley comes back and gets back to form and then he wants to step up and fight more than 6 rounds, or if Hunter comes in, proves that he is at that level, that's a good fight either way.
Ty Telford?
He's a welterweight.
He's a welterweight now, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Ty's dangerous, bro. Ty's a nightmare for anyone in the welterweight.
I agree. He's a fucking... He's fun to watch, man. He's fun to watch.
Yeah, he's gonna cause havoc, man.
Ty and Cole, like them two guys are good fight. They're exciting dudes. They're never not in an exciting fight.
True.
They always
I'd love to
up and they always go out in their shield. They always put on a show, man. Them two guys.
But I see where you're coming from, Frost, because Dara Foley, Stevie Sparks, and they're both kind of chasing after whatever happens with
well, the
Liam
Spark,
Paro.
I'm not calling him out because I know Foley's begging for him and calling him out, and he's now in a position that's above me where I don't want to look like that guy that's begging for someone to risk what they've got. You know what I mean?
I gotta go, boys. Good night. See you, boys. Bye.
If my phone runs out, I love you.
I love you too.
I won't be staying for long either.
No. But, we'd love to see you get up on one, Frost, and another big one, eh? That'd be great.
Yeah, bloody oath. Big show.
Televised fight, mate. You got to break in. Like I said, you got to break into the market,
Yeah.
Is one thing you've been kept a secret up in Queensland. You got to get in the market, mate.
Yeah,
well, with that being said, the next 3 fight nights that Ace are putting on are all through. They're all going to be on BNTV.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm saying, but a few fights, people missed out on seeing them. Like, they've missed out on seeing Frost,
Yeah, that's only recent now that we've got the BN Sports deal and stuff, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, the next one will be a big... on back on the TV and stuff again, but we'll have to see how we go. Stevie!
Here he is. Here he is.
What's he doing, juggling?
Kicking the soccer ball around.
Mate, he's probably like you, Flemmo. He's probably got his kid in his arm as well.
What's going on, fellas?
Mate, we're just talking about we're just talking boxing. We're talking Frosty versus Haas Hamden, what's going on with Dara Foley and Hunter Ioane, and we know that you're heavily involved in these conversations, so we thought we might chuck you on. What do you think about all this stuff?
Yeah, I think, mate, it's really good. I think the Foley versus Hunter fight is just trash because
I agree.
Hunter's coming off 4 losses, 2 of them been knocked out, and he bagged my River Daz fight, and then River beat him. Why wouldn't you're fighting a bloke that River already beat? I don't know, it doesn't make sense.
Even over 6?
I guess he's getting back in there, but he says he signed some contract with my name on it, but I haven't seen a single contract ever from No Limit ever put in front of me for Foley. So, but I think Frost should definitely fight one of those boys and get a big fight.
What
One of
fight?
those fights with one.
Yeah, I'm trying to work out if Hass Hampton is a big fight or not. Whether he's had 5 fights, I don't know if he's like how big is he? How big of a fight is that for me? You know,
Massive televised, but like they'll build it up. They'll build it up big.
But
Yeah.
what fight?
I think
What fight do you want, Sparks?
me.
Yeah, what do you want? What fight do you want?
he wants the paro.
He wants Liam
No,
Paro,
I don't.
yeah.
You know what? Actually, I don't, man. That is what it is. It's they're doing their own thing with Brock and that, and I've got something coming up soon, so it's all good.
What do you got?
Yes.
A little bit longer.
He's shit. Stevie Sparks is shit at keeping it a secret. I'm telling you right now. If he knows he's got a fight coming up, he'll avoid everyone in the room. He'll walk to the corner of the room. Everyone picked it at the last time we saw him. We go, something's coming on here. We can he's got a fight coming up, this guy.
No, I'm just honestly, I'm waiting to see what pans out over this next week. Like, there's some good fights happening, and just we'll have to see what happens. Like, let's see if they're real.
Grown.
Hey, sorry.
Say that again.
Have you got something in mind that's international or homegrown?
I'm open for all options. If there's whatever best option comes.
That's
what I'm saying. I'm waiting for the.
Think away. You're a good poker player. Are you?
He's not allowed to say. He's not allowed to say.
He's a good poker player. This guy. He plays it close to his chest. I like it.
Trying to. No, I do really think. I think that I think Hass Hampton.
Tell everyone.
Hass Hampton versus Justin Frost. I think that's a big fight, and I think Foley versus Justin Frost is a big fight, or even Yusuf Dib fighting at least one good Aussie would be a good fight. You know, like there.
Would you have that fight?
With who?
No, would Frosty? Would you Yusuf Dib and you?
Yeah, I've asked for it before.
Yeah, no surprises.
That's all I'm going to say. I've asked for it before.
Okay. I heard he's going down, but too.
But who's he fight? Like who? He's had 17 fights
and for absolutely no one.
Yeah, exactly.
No one.
He's not. He's not allowed out of his little bubble. You know. I don't know.
Someone just commented. Oi. This is how. Hang on. This is how mental people are. As if Foley is fighting a guy with 4 losses in a row. He actually is. Go look at it. He is fighting a guy with 4 losses in a row and been knocked out 2 times. Go look at it. Go look at the box rank.
It's crazy, man. Yeah.
Hunter's lost to John Manu, River Daz, Yui Dib, and Jacob NG in his last 4 fights.
Huge fight, that one. Foley versus Hunter. Massive fight.
It's going to be interesting. It's going to be It's going to be It's going to be a war. They're going to go.
I've heard that Hunter's got a lot of power, doesn't he? I've heard he's got a big power in his hands. But I mean, do we know? I don't know.
To be fair, he does have a fair record of dropping guys in the first round. He does, but that doesn't make the fight. You've still got to finish the fight and get the W in the fucking column.
Yeah.
You
know, I like Hunter. I do. He is entertaining, but yeah.
I hope Stevie can crack. Can you crack, Stevie?
Oh, I have a crack.
Crack? Have you been given a rate out of 10? What's your power?
Ask Frosty what he says.
Everyone says country hands, so I just take that.
I'm pretty sure I gave him that little saying, the country hands, didn't I?
You did, yeah. And it's
What's his power like, Frosty?
I mean, we haven't sparred for a long time now. It's been
probably 2 years, I reckon, a year and a half.
Been in with who's got the heaviest hands?
Yeah,
the
Stevie
heaviest
hits
hands
pretty
I've
hard.
ever been in the ring.
But what I remember from Stevie though is it's actually his power comes from his lead hand.
Oh.
It comes from his jab. He has very, very, very strong jab, very strong lead uppercut. That's what I remember. But we haven't sparred for a long time, you know.
Stevie, heaviest hand you've been in there with, Stevie.
Benny Marley, I reckon he's going to say.
It would have to be Chris George. And Ben Marnie punches pretty hard, man. He's pretty solid too. But Chris George, man, like we used to have some solid spars. He can whack, hey.
Well, you used to have good spars with Benny Kite. Now Benny Kite's retired. He used to take up a lot of your work back then. Who are you going to replace him with?
Yeah, just like a bit more. My last camp, I did a lot of sparring with Joel Camilleri, Ben Marnie a couple of times. I don't know. Just keep looking, I guess. It gets.
That me? How fast is your combos? In that, that'd be me. I got quick hands. That'd be different. Oh, Frosty's got quick hands.
Well, I don't have much power, so I got to be quick. Yeah.
I don't know. Ask Waylon Law.
I don't know. I think my power's underrated. I do have, I think it is underrated.
Yeah, Waylon was talking it up massively in that last one. Yeah.
Yeah. It's all about landing them sweet. You just got to land them in the right position. It's not about how hard. We can all throw hard punches, you know what I mean? We're all boxers, but it's about landing it on the sweet spot.
I'm just reading some of these comments.
The hardest puncher I've been in with is the French dude at the Olympics. That dude fucking rattled my cage. He could crack that silver medalist at the Olympics, Gaddafi Djalkier. Yeah, he's the biggest puncher I've been.
Flemmo, they've asked what's going on between you and Liam Wilson. That's always a conversation that's coming up as well, but it's been Bilal Dib tonight, but yeah.
It's there. I think he's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing, and we're trying to make sure we're talking. Teams are talking, but we want the best deals. Both teams want the best deals. So
well, let me ask. Fair enough. So you're trying to get deals with Bilal, you're trying to get deals with Liam Wilson. Let's ask the boys then. Frosty, what do you think of Flemmo Wilson, Flemmo Bilal Dib?
I think Flemmo Wilson is the biggest fight to be made. Fuck, that'll be a banger of a fight. That'd be good. It'd be hard to pick.
Stevie.
Yeah.
I hate commenting on these things. I don't, because then I like all of them, so I don't want to like.
It's hard, isn't it? They're good fights.
Then you do me. You say what each fight is good at, and then you sit on the fence. That's what I do. That's how
I'm Switzerland. I'm Switzerland.
Like, Liam Wilson's got a good lead hook, and he's been in the good fights, blah, blah, blah. And Flemmo's got his good evasive skills. He's got quick hands. It'll be a good fight. May the best man win. That's what you say.
It's hard for me to pick because I've done hundreds of rounds of sparring with Wilson, but I've never sparred Flemmo. But Flemmo's one of my all-time favorite Aussie fighters. He's the top of my list. Like I'd be biased, but I've never. It'd be hard, man. It'd be a good fight.
Well, I've sparred Bilal Dib. I did a few rounds with him as well in the lead up to my last fight, just for that smaller, faster hands too. So he's good rounds, man. I like Bilal. He's a good lad too.
Yeah, I've sparred.
So I like all three of them. They're all good lads, and I think I don't know. I think they're all on different trajectories. To be honest, they probably won't fight.
Yeah.
Oh, Stevie for Prime Minister. Well,
yeah, he's trying.
Hey?
He's keeper.
Look out, James O'Shea. Stevie's going into politics.
Definitely not.
But it's right. Listen, if we could, I've proven that I'll take the fights. Liam's proven that he'll take the fights and put himself out there. I've come down to the point in my career where it's business and it's numbers and it's real. It's chess now. I ain't playing checkers. It's chess, and every move is money, and every move is time and
yeah. 9 chicken nuggets deep. You're not cutting weight anytime soon. Look at him go.
I'm still in shape.
There he is. Woo!
Look at that. He's ready to
There
rock.
it is.
Peace out.
Right, we'll talk to you.
See you later.
Yeah, I'm just at this stage now where I just want to make the right fights that make sense. And, we're playing chess, and it's about making the right moves that make money, that make the right money and cost the right money. Yeah, it's business. It's business now. It's not about the fights. We'll fight. And if it comes down to it, we'll fucking fight in a phone booth. We'll fight out the front. We're fighters. We'll fight. But
I'm at the exact same position. Yeah, I'm in the same position as Paulie there. I would fight anyone, but I want it to make sense. I want it to make money. I want it to get eyes.
I like the comment from Machine Gun Belly that Action Jackson England should be thrown around in that too. I think that'd be a good fight as well with Bilal Dib.
I've been throwing his name up. I've thrown it up every time. I throw up Dana's name. I throw up. Listen, you've got Dana. You've got Cheeky May that's just come back. He's one of my favorite
fighters, Cheeky May, and Dana. I support the brothers, and then you got Bilal, you got Liam Wilson, you got Lantry's still bouncing around there. That's a good fight for That's a good fight for Jacko's still bouncing around there too. Like there's some fights out there like they can be made. You got just with Cheeky, Dana, Jackson, and just them three there. They're great fights, whoever, so.
Well, we know Jacko wants to have one more, maybe in Melbourne. He just did his Tasmanian farewell with Tassie Brown.
Yeah. Shout out to Jacko, shout out to Tassie. But so there's all these fights here to be made, but then the politics comes in the way, and then there's limited spots on these cards, and everyone wants to get on these cards now. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of politics that people don't see, so it's easy to be in the comments like, "Oh, make this fight, I've made that," but when there's hundreds and thousands of dollars that come into stake in the next 5 years of your life, all the last 3 years of your life has led to this moment, and you can throw it away in an instant. There's got to be risk versus reward, and a lot of people don't understand that. They just see the W's and the blood and the hands raised, and they don't understand everything that goes into it, and this backing and the support and the team, and they want to see a return as well. So
a lot of these big fights will be getting made soon, though. I think we're on the verge of these big fights getting made, so it's good. Australian boxing.
I think they have to be. That's right. And I think with the way things are going on the international scene, everybody has to be 100% ready to take on those international waters and be in the best shape mentally, physically, and spiritually to make sure that we perform on the big stage, because they are a limited shot on the international stage. In Australia, you can, even get a win and still have a subpar performance and be no worries at all. You can have a loss and still get into a few more fights. But on the international scene, it's very cutthroat at the moment. You have to make sure that you perform and perform well. So I think you might be right there, Frosty. I think we might see a few more fights in the next 12 months, even starting out towards the end of the year of some really big domestic Australian fights.
Yeah, they're coming.
Aussie fight. I'm going to be hopefully I'll be headlining my own show. So
own show? What's going on with DNL?
That with DNL, our own show.
Oh, yeah.
Our own show. We're trying to work it out. Trying to do it here. Trying to do it out here in Penrith. So, out in the Rift.
That'd be good. Oh, boy. Righto, guys. Well, we might knock it on the head there.
Thanks for your time. Love, peace, and chicken grease. All the best, Frosty. See you later, brother.
Yeah, you too, Flemmo. Good seeing you.
All right, boys. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Rob. Talk to you.
Thanks, guys. All right. There we go. All right, peeps, there you go. Another good go live out of the way. Make sure you check us out on our Instagram. There's a post there that we want everybody to jump on board with in regards to our last episode that we've put up on YouTube now with myself, Skinny, Sava, and Jade Mitchell filming in the studios at ProCam. So we're really trying to make sure that we get this Australian boxing show happening. Make sure you guys check it out and give us all a lot of support. Another great go live. Plenty more to talk about. All right, peeps.